Home and she but he was really into the war games, so that I like that. Now he's not, and he doesn't like sports games at all. So I'd probably sit here and play Madden, but we don't even know one.
What
These
were you just
guys,
playing Tecmo Super Bowl?
yeah, yeah, that was the shit back in the day.
Bo
Yeah.
Jackson, baby.
Yeah,
So we are live. Welcome everyone on the Twitter and the Periscopes and all of that stuff. We are the IDP guys and Gary.
Fuck you, man.
So my name is Nathan. I'm joined with Sam at FF Stompy, Joseph at Joseph Hagen, and Gary, the IDP tipster, at H Bogart 27. We are here. We're talking IDP. We're talking NFL playoffs, wild card, all things that you want to chat about. And my sound is going here. Hold on.
What's that about CrapNet we keep catching shit about?
Yeah, I know. I'm getting weird sounds.
Ooh.
So, unless I'm hearing it from you guys. There we go. I fixed it. Sorry, everyone. So please send your questions through the Periscope chat if you would like to. But why don't you guys kick off the show here? Everyone seems so.
Everybody winning? Anybody playing any DFS or playoff contest?
We are.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we got the.
Sam's getting ready to come back and kick our ass, ain't he? You want to take that lead today, Sam?
I'm holding. I'm going to the tap.
Sam, I didn't hear you, dude.
I'm going to the top. I think I'm fifth right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many plays you got left?
3.
Yeah.
Phillips, Trubisky, and Ertz.
We lost Sam.
Oh man, gotta love those technical malfunctions. This is kicking off to be good. So yeah. You guys watched the game last night? The game.
Oh yeah.
How about
Yeah,
the Cowboys?
It was mainly the Dallas game I wanted to watch.
Yeah, I hear you.
Fuck yeah.
When do you think Dak Prescott's going to get any bit of, I don't know, like a good job from anybody? Everybody still says his one interception was terrible. It's like he played a good damn game.
Yeah, there's a lot of Cowboy
It's no
and
love.
Dak haters. Yeah, there's none. I mean, it was I quoted or I got in on a little post yesterday. Somebody used to know he's average, whatever. Fuck it, you know. Yeah, I mean it's all about the team around him. So
Yeah.
I think he's doing just fine. Sam, you back with us, dude? No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Doing
he
sign
still
language?
has, outside of Amari Cooper, he's got nobody to throw to.
Right.
I mean, Michael
Uh,
Gallup is decent, but he's gonna take some time to actually
Yeah.
get better.
And did Noah Brown get put on IR or something?
Who?
Noah Brown, second year kid. He actually he was getting some playing time.
Yeah, I think I saw
I bet
that.
these are questions. Sam probably could have answered these questions, but either way,
Yeah.
Noah Brown. He's a high state dude. He was a rookie last year. He got some playing time, and then he started out this year getting some playing time. He's actually. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't get any playing time last night after Hearns went down.
Oh, that was horrendous looking.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty awful injury. But I mean, and I said this. At least it wasn't one of their heavy hitters. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate to see anyone get injured, especially like that. But
Yeah.
Alan Hearns, while he was hyped at the beginning of the year, really never paid out
Nah.
the way
No,
that
not
they
at all.
expected.
That's why they got Cooper. That's why they made the trade and did what they did.
Yeah.
Which I still think's a good trade. He's another guy who didn't get too much love, but I think the Raiders are just in such shambles that that's part of the reason why he couldn't produce.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Gruden. You know, I said it as soon as I seen Gruden try to sign Derek Johnson at linebacker before the trades and seeing what he was doing, transaction wise, he wasn't going into this season fucking giving a shit about trying to
No.
win, man. And I repeated it. Just look at what he's doing. And people were bitching. Look, man, the guy's going to build his fucking team. They signed
He's got
his
10
ass
years.
Yeah, he's got 10 fucking years. They're not going to. He wants to build his own fucking team. That's what it comes down to. He cashed in. He could give a shit less than most of it. He's evaluating these guys in these games. He wasn't trying to do nothing.
Do you think, from a free agency standpoint, do you think seeing of what he did to the team this year is making people kind of weary of joining the team in free agency?
I would be.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're offering big fucking bucks.
Right.
I mean, Whitehead, he's not old, but he was older. They signed him for a 3-year gap stop,
Mm-hmm.
to help train our young guys. Speaking of, what's that linebacker? Man, he really turned it on. The one I've been talking about.
Marquette Lee or Morrow?
Morrow. Yeah, Morrow, man. He really started getting some fucking real good playing time. I like him. Of course, I've mentioned him. He's on my list. And as suggested, deep pickups.
Mm-hmm.
But he really started fucking coming on, and he's really getting a lot of fucking playing time. They screwed Lee when they put him over at strong side.
Yeah.
But I think I said this before. I'm not too concerned about it. I think they know what they had in Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they moved him to the strong side to fucking, well, he's not good enough. I think they put him over there to get Morrow more playing time.
Right.
And I mean, if Gruden likes them, we might actually see both of those guys in a couple of years being the main fucking dudes. We don't know.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
Do you think Carl Joseph is safe now after beginning of the year being kind of no?
I think he was priming him for fucking trade bait.
Yeah.
I really do. Any a free agent this year?
No, it's just his second year.
I thought it was his third.
I think it's his second. He was a first rounder.
Yeah, I've never been too impressed. He had a little spurt there a year or so, or he did okay, but I wasn't too impressed. I've never been impressed with Oakland. Sorry, fellas.
It's all right.
I
My
just really
brother's team. I
have.
feel real bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, it's the organization. That franchise, it's just dysfunctional in my opinion. The GM, all of them. I just think it's a dysfunctional shit.
Yeah. Wait, didn't the Raiders just go and sign Mike Mayock as their new GM?
Yeah, they did do that. Him and Gruden, I think, have been buddies.
Yeah.
For quite some time. So, I mean, who knows? People just needed to give them time.
Yeah.
Gruden wasn't going to fucking try to just patch and win. He's building that fucking thing. He's a film guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to sit here and just fucking probably draft the hell out of some players the next 2 years.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are worried about what Derek Carr's situation is, but if you watch back when Gruden did his QB camps, he was enamored with Derek Carr coming out of college.
Yeah.
He loved him,
Yeah.
so I don't think his job's in jeopardy by any means. I think it's just
not.
they're going to get that team together that'll work underneath him.
Yeah, and on the IDP side of the ball, where I was talking about Morrow and Lee, and Whitehead, he'll be in his second year. I'm not sure if they got an out or not on his contract, but this year or next year before that contract's up. But there is so fucking much to be done. I don't think that we see an IDP guy drafted in the top 3 rounds. I don't think we'll see unless it's alignment, unless you got somebody like Boza,
right?
Something like that, like a complete fucking hitter. I just don't think we see maybe any linebackers. I've heard that the linebacker class is not all that good, and I just got this feeling that we're not going to see him go drafting an inside linebacker when he's got who he's got, and he's got so many other fucking needs.
Yeah.
So we lost Sam, unfortunately, but we might get him back. He's restarting his stuff. I am working on fixing the OBS. There we go. Now we look like a professional show again.
Oh fuck! I gotta go pee.
Yes, of course. This
Speaking
would be
of
the
professional,
time. This would be the time you would do that. So let's kick off going through some of the games. There are quite a few questions about the Eagles. Eagles are at the Bears. What do you see in that game? What do you think the outcome is? Who do you got?
I have the Bears. I know the Eagles are the defending champions, but number one, their injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Their secondary's in shambles right now. I mean, Douglas seems okay, but the only reason his numbers look good is because he gets thrown at all the time because he can't cover well, especially not number one guys.
Yeah.
I actually could see Trubisky going for quite a few yards in this game, kind of like his midseason form when he had those 3 or 4 huge games in a row.
Chicago's at home too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'll I think those were 2 Eagles fans that were listening that wanted our take. So they're probably gone now. But what I will say, I've got the Bears in this as well. But I think Sproles is kind of the wild card that I don't know if I can fully just bet on the Bears. Looking at the way the Eagles were with Nick Foles, without Sproles, and then with Sproles, it's kind of night and day in some points. I think Sproles really electrifies that offense and allows
at 100 years old too.
Yeah, he's 35
Sam.
or something. Oh, hey, we got Sam back. Let's see if I can
he's.
I think Sproles also gives Foles that kind of comfort level as he's playing, so he doesn't have to worry as much. It's like, if I have Matt coming off this side, I know Sproles is over here. I'm just going to dump it to him, let him do his thing.
Yeah. And it's electrifying. And so Nick Foles is, from what I've heard, and I haven't dived like super deep into him, and other than like last year's Super Bowl winner, like Big Nick Foles, Big Dick Foles, all the shit we've been saying since they
any given Sunday, he got fucking luck.
Trumped the Patriots there, which was amazing. Still love him for it. But he's a timing quarterback.
Yeah.
So I think if you can disrupt him, he's not gonna like get out of the pocket as much as like Carson Wentz would.
They have the personnel to do it too.
Exactly.
But I mean, you also have to take in consideration with last year's team, they had Frank Reich. I mean, he was a great offensive coordinator.
Look
he
what
was
he's
probably
done in Indianapolis.
Exactly. And nice to see Andrew Luck healthy again.
It's surprised to see him Luck.
I
think it also helps that he's not in his back so much. He's not getting hit so much.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, he spent a lot. It was the what was Derek Carr's brother's name?
David
Carr. Yeah, David Carr's fucking syndrome. No offensive line for all these years, and then they didn't start out the best at the beginning of the season, so it didn't look like that they had fixed shit.
Right.
Yeah. That's why when I did those charts for the team rankings, the Houston Texans were at the bottom, man. They just, they say, they've only allowed 18 sacks or something on the year, So it was a good possibility. You got to go with the papers or the formula or whatever, and it's nice to see. I seen some of the interview that they was talking about the relationship between Luck and the Wright, and how Luck is driving the car and Wright is like navigating.
Yeah.
Instead of coming in, and that's what you do with a quarterback with Luck. I mean, he's been through some shit, and he's just that type of player, that type of smart guy that, hey man, just you drive, I'll navigate a little bit, instead of like you get in the back seat and listen to me type of mentality.
Right.
That was the best way to fucking handle that. It was the best way.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good game yesterday too. I did not have them blowing out the Texans like that. I thought the Texans' defense was going to be a lot better. I thought it was going to be a good game, but I figured Houston could do it. But what's going on with Houston's running game?
Yeah,
well, the same thing. The same fucking the same thing is their problem is a few of the teams. The offensive line, my God. You know,
it's horrible.
I mean, yeah, they. I don't know how an NFL franchise builds a fucking team without going offensive line first.
Yeah.
Because if you got secondhand type offensive line, you can have all the studs in the world out there in the skill positions, but they're not going to get it fucking done because the quarterback is on his ass all the fucking time or whatever. Whereas just the opposite, if you have a top tier offensive line, then you can take the second tier type wide receivers and skill guys and they can succeed.
But that's almost the same situation with their defensive line. If you look, they are fantastic on the edge with Clowney and Watt. They literally have 0 in the middle. If you can just attack that defense straight up the gut, I mean, the first time you're going to get hit is when you're in the second level.
Yeah, that's it. That's true. That happens a lot with the 3-4 defense, though.
Yeah. Well, who do they really have? DJ Reader, he's there. And or Brandon Dunn.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing real special there.
No, not at all. They get some production based off, well, we're not going to run towards Watt and we're not going to run towards Clooney, you know.
Right.
And it's like Marcellus over there. He can have a good game here and there, but he's not fucking, you know, he's not Clooney. You know, here, hold my beer.
I think they kind of move on from him this year. He's had a really, really down year. Merciless.
Yeah. I couldn't pronounce his name. That's a fucking Briar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I like what they've done with the secondary.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And they got to keep them all though. They have Matthew and Kareem Jackson both on free agency this year.
Yeah. One of them will probably be gone.
I think it's Jackson. Because they have to give Clowney money too.
Yeah.
Yep. So the only game we haven't touched on is the Chargers Ravens game this evening. What are you seeing there?
I have the Chargers too, but their lack of depth in the middle of the field kind of worries me with the run game of the Ravens. I mean, really, their best linebacker right now is a strong safety in Adrian Phillips.
Yeah. Hey, Adrian. Yeah. I don't know, man. After seeing this shit I don't know what the fuck Gus Bradley and them are doing over there. What I mean, is it like, whether it was through draft or whether it was through fucking free agency last year, there were bodies out there that they could have signed for cheap. They could have, it might have been a Preston Brown. It might have been a Whitehead. It might have been something along that line, you know, but my God, anything. I mean, I know the love for Kaiser White is out there. I'm not on that bandwagon yet. I got to see it. I got to see it in motion. They had the option to actually bring him off IR. He could be playing this game.
I don't think they want to rush him back, though.
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be.
But with that being said, I still take the Chargers.
Yeah. We are talking about a Super Bowl run here.
Yeah.
And yet they didn't bring him back.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, what? It's all in, right?
Yeah.
I would think.
Gotta do it.
Perriman, he's always been a disappointment. He's not going to be
a free agent next year anyway. He's actually playing well. He's just injury ridden.
Try this one more time.
Yeah, he's got two hamstring injuries the past 2 years. He had actually surgery on his hamstring this year.
That's actually one of my calls. I think I should be coming up on it in my dossier that he wouldn't be a Charger next year.
Yep, I actually have him being traded. I actually have him as my breakout next year, hoping he plays a full season.
Yeah, if he could.
Crossed.
If he fucking could, you know. Yeah. That's all it is. He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, because when he plays, he's pretty productive, especially in the run game. It's just it's staying on the field.
Yeah.
Well, now you got to get to the point. You got to be worried a little bit about what of the injuries. How big of a toll is it?
Right, especially being a hamstring.
Right.
So we got Sam here.
Again.
The problem is his audio isn't loud enough on our end. Sam, go in your system preferences on Skype and turn up the microphone volume. That might fix it. You guys can continue. I just had to get that to him.
Well, Yeah, I can't believe for one thing. I mean, if at this point I would look at Adrian Phillips and I say, hey, dude, look, we want you to put on about 10 more pounds worth of fucking muscle mass this offseason, and you know they can do it.
Yep.
I want you. Yeah, you're going to be a starting linebacker next year. I mean, the guy's only like 26.
Yeah, I think it's a good move, definitely.
And he's been there. He's part of the fucking franchise. You know, just go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's dependable. He's not like shit kicking hot ass good, but I mean, considering the situation, he's the fucking best linebacker, they got, really.
That was
I like it better
than Brown.
Weirdest
metaphor ever.
Yeah, you like that?
Shit kicking hot ass good. I'm back. Yeah, I think.
And I mean, not to take anything from Jatavius Brown, but he's apparently not getting a fucking job done.
Yeah. I don't know. He obviously, they're not hiring him anyway, considering he wasn't a starter to start the season.
That was, yep, exactly. I don't know what Gus Bradley is doing over here. I mean, I'd be banging on the table come draft day.
Oh, yeah.
Or fucking free agency. I'd be like, man, you got to do something.
Yeah, for sure. So, welcome back, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Oh, and now his sound's completely
gone. He's about to punch something. Yeah. He's going to break stuff.
This is...
Go get you a notebook pad, man, and a marker, and just
write it out.
Hold it. Yeah, I feel bad for you, Sam. You're better off when you're on the road in the hotels.
Yeah, look at that.
He won't even say yes or no. He just shakes his head. He's like, I don't even want them to think I'm speaking.
Oh, yeah.
You can just mime in the background there. Just
yeah. Well, I was going to wait until we had Sam back for this question, but I don't know if we can actually. I can wait that long because it might be next Sunday.
Yeah.
Did you guys see when they would announce the starting lineups? How many? I think I noticed that at least 3 of the 4 teams yesterday that they were announcing, like, let's see, 5 defensive back starters.
Really? No, I didn't actually notice it.
Yeah, I think that it was especially the Houston, because they announced Honey Badger, Reed, Jackson, the 2 cornerbacks,
and Andre Hall too, probably.
And yeah, I can't remember for sure, but I remember it caught my eye.
Yeah.
And then when they announced the Colts, they had Hooker, Moore, which had a hell of a game. And then Gathers, and then the Desir. I can't remember the other fucker's name. But either way, there was 5 there. And I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it was like they was announcing 5 starters. Everybody is going. I can't wait to get to this topic later on in the spring.
Right.
Whether I call it 3 safety sets, and I think technically it still is, but they're using cornerbacks. They're using their best personnel.
Yeah.
In that situation. And I think it's, as long as this continues to be a passing league, which is just to a point, I miss the old grinding, run the game out, everybody, but we're really going to see a big change, and we're going to have to adjust our IDP that way.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy with that whole aspect, because it seemed like it was starting where safeties were all just becoming linebackers, but you're starting to see like cornerbacks and safeties playing more of just a normal DB position. Like they're all just interchanging between each other. It's not just like you're moving a safety up to linebacker. It's like you have a safety playing corner, dropping back to safety. It's just going back and forth.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what the Texans are doing.
Yeah, right. Sorry to interrupt you, man. Sam, we appreciate the effort, dude. Just I don't know, man.
He's stuck in one position right now.
Yeah, he's waving. Everybody wave. Yeah, Joe, you're right, man. And I mean, it's just been a trend anyways. They got to combat the fucking passing games that these teams are putting out. And I mean, if you can get that hybrid safety, linebacker, cornerback, however your personnel is worked out, you got to have this you got to have the coverage.
Oh, yeah.
Have those fast. And you also have to, they've got to be able to tackle too, because, there's all this options and what's that? Play action.
Yep.
So you got to be ready for all that, you know.
I think the option's going to start to take off in the NFL again. I know they tried doing it a little ways back when Russell Wilson and Kaepernick and them, but with Lamar Jackson looking so successful in it, I think it's going to start to pick up in the NFL. I think they're going to try it again, try to move on with it.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be quarterback in New Orleans? That New Orleans is my Super Bowl call winner, by the way. I think we're going to see the two veterans.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're going to see you like that?
Yeah, you had
New Orleans and New England.
Yeah.
New Orleans,
38-34.
38-36.
Yeah, that's a close game.
Yeah, I could say, well, I mean, there's no science to this shit. We can all like who in the hell we like, but I mean, if anything, you can see the games yesterday or anything in history. Fantasy football gods are going to decide what the fuck we watch come Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I could really just see the karma or the historical part of it of having Brady and Breeze going against each other in the Super Bowl, and the likelihood that both of these guys are probably done after this year. Mm. So who in the hell is going to walk away with the fucking extra ring? You know?
Yeah. Do you think if both of them, obviously both of them can't win a ring, do you think they both still retire, or do you think just whoever wins the ring goes?
I think they're both done. I think at this point, Breeze would have maybe been gone if they could have made it to the Super Bowl last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really do. I think he's just hung out. He's got MT. He's got, so he gave it another. I think they're both Hall of Famers. They're both getting older. I really do. I think that we could see both of them walk away. It might be a historical off season if Ben decides to leave and Eli, Eli, if I was Eli, it's not that I'm not against him, but his whole organization, the whole fucking thing, I'd be like, oh, I'm done with it. I'd go call his brother and see what he's doing.
Good news for the Saints is they have Teddy Bridgewater. He's already proven that he can play. Yeah. He's not shown that he's like a superstar or anything, but I mean, maybe he's learning from Breeze right now. I mean, if he can learn from a guy like Breeze and then come in and get that offense.
I can't overlook, I've thought about that because I'm thinking, okay, in this off season, that would be a great late fucking, if there's Bridgewater or what's his name, Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill.
Either one. And I understand Jason Hill is this beast that can run and all this other shit, and we don't see a lot of passing out of him. Mm-hmm. But I think that the best way when Breeze leaves, if he leaves, I think the best way to approach next offseason is say, okay, you two, fight it out. Who is going to be our starting fucking quarterback?
Yeah.
Don't stick Hill in that fucking, that running quarterback only thing. Don't make him Tim Tebow.
Right.
Just give him that fucking chance with Bridgewater, with the competition. Both of them are hungry. Mm-hmm. Bridgewater wants to come back and secure his career, and you got Hill is just goddamn, the guy. I think he has it. I think there's something there other than just being this big beast that is fast. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to see him do that. For MT owners, you want a competition next year. You want a fucking throwing quarterback because if not, MT will he'll drop like a rock. I'm nervous. I'm a big fan. He'll drop to a wide receiver too in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely. So, what do you think? Are you buying into Bridgewater right now in Dynasty?
If I can stash either one of them.
Yeah.
If I can, cheap. Fuck it. It's a 50-50 shot, I think. I don't think they're going to go sign Joe Flacco or, anything like that. Yeah. So, and I mean, why would you spend a draft pick on, I like, of course, Hackins. I think, did Hackins declare?
You never know yet. I think last I heard he was 50-50.
Yeah. So, let my dog out. But either way it goes, you got a 50-50 fucking shot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just pick one up. Let them sit at the end of your bench and see if you end up with an extra good quarterback.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I want to do a special shout out here to Chess 1200. He's put a couple comments out for us. He says, first off, love the charts, Gary. I'm assuming that's your playoff charts.
Probably.
Yeah, he says Bears are his team, and he said watch out for the Colts and Ravens in the AFC. And there was one other one. He thinks it's going to be Bears versus Colts or Ravens in the Super Bowl.
That's me. I went Bears and Colts too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'd love to say that we could see Mahomes and the Chiefs in there, but that fucking defense is just
that defense is horrendous.
Terrible.
That was my choice for the Colts. Like the Colts seem to be the most complete team in the AFC. I mean, you have teams with good offenses but really poor defenses, and vice versa.
Yeah. And that defense, the personnel is not top.
Right.
I mean,
but it's coached well.
And they're good, solid players. They're playing together. They're playing well as a unit. So that's a possibility. Only reason I got the Patriots in it is Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's
you know
there. He's the
Bill Belichick.
Oh my God. Yeah. He'll have the fucking water boy catching a fucking touchdown in the first playoff game. You know what I mean?
Rushing for
it's like
for 3.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Him.
Yeah, I mean he's a fucking.
I grew up in New England and I can't stand him. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah,
he's just a fucking genius.
Hey,
though.
Sam's back again.
Yeah, you know, we'll see if this one works.
A few weeks ago, everybody was writing off White and writing off Hogan and writing off. Yeah, I agree. Just wait until fucking playoff time and tell me he's not going to fucking pull. You know, he's resting those guys. If he can win without him right now, you know, he's trying to get to another ring on fucking Brady's finger before
it's tough to trust anybody in the Patriots offense because they'll just take one guy and they'll say, all right, this game, it's you. That game, it's going to be you. That game, it's going to be you.
Defense is the same way.
Yeah.
Defense, same way.
Well, you can go back. The prime example of that is Jonas Gray. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that, has monster fucking game. 3 rushing touchdowns, a shit ton of yards. He comes in late for practice that week,
and he's gone.
And he's done.
Gone.
That's it.
He's fucking gone. Bill's
What's he
like,
doing now? What's he doing now?
Yeah.
He's sitting on his couch.
I'll be right back now that you got Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Clue us into.
Where's Gary going?
It's the growing problem again.
Oh. Gary's got some prostate issues, so.
I hope he watches this later and catches us saying that.
Yeah, he probably will.
That's the pitches.
Huh.
So how's everything going, Sam? Everything holding together? He's frozen again. Frozen in time.
I'm gonna murder people. People are gonna die.
This is quite entertaining.
It's not.
We're all smiling. Sam's ready to murder.
I just, oh God.
I've been.
Well,
there,
how about
you would think? Hold on. You would think living in a city,
yeah,
you would have good internet connection. Literally every video call I make, it just drops out. No idea.
I feel like it's not your internet. I feel like you've got something.
I'm pretty sure it's my computer now.
Yeah.
But
you gotta invest in something, you know, kind of nice.
Yeah.
I'm an Apple whore, so I have iMac and all that shit. So I don't know if I'd suggest you go that route. Though I would suggest that because that would be me. But you're a fucking engineer. I think you could figure it out.
Yeah. We'll see.
But so how are you guys doing as far as like I have caught something. It's been going around. Just
I've been sick all week. Cold.
Dude, my wife had a stomach bug Christmas Eve morning. It started.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, she was sick for Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then the following day. I, knock on wood, have not caught anything yet, but it's going around everywhere. The flu, the stomach bug.
I'm one of those people that doesn't get sick, but like once or twice a year. And
when you do, it kicks your ass.
Yeah, usually. This one hasn't been that bad. It's been kind of like I woke up, a little scratchy throat, a little stuffy nose, and just hitting the Mucinex and the Powerade as much as I can. And
keep up with electric lights.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the weekend, I get weekends off, so hopefully by the time I go back to work, I'm fine. Sam's losing his sound again.
He's losing his shit.
I just want to see him rage quit. Just throw the desk.
I know. I just want to see him start throwing shit. headphones. Right.
Man, now I can't hear you.
Oh,
We can hear you.
That's all right,
I'm
man.
just gonna start having a conversation by myself.
You wouldn't listen to us
See if you can
anyway.
time it.
Ooh, nice shot. And there we go.
Is that the rage? I can't see
be.
it. I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, I know. What you got there, Gary? You eating some pizza?
No, egg muffin.
Ooh, that looks delicious. I had some cheese earlier.
Look yummy.
Yeah, my wife, she started making them, man. It's just egg, cheese, sausage, and all that. Just make them in a muffin pan.
Yep.
They're fucking good.
Good stuff.
I was starving.
Yeah.
Biscuit in the bottom.
Ooh, gotta love it. Come to a football show. We're talking about food.
I made an omelet this morning. Cheese omelet.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Hell yeah. I love eggs.
I woke up 20 minutes before we started the show, so
Dear Lord,
done all of that.
I actually slept in until 8.
Ooh, there you go, Gary.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was up at
I
5:30.
stopped using the Behringer.
Oh, okay. We've got him back at it again.
We were expecting a rage quit. You were going to start throwing shit.
Well, here I'll rage at Nate real quick. He's telling me to buy all this neat new stuff, and it's not fucking working.
I was waiting for this. It's called user error.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, but let's see. So we've gone through all the matchups today. What's your intake plan? Are you guys doing anything as far as like where you're going to watch these football games? What do you do during playoff football?
Oof. Today, honestly, I'm just doing shit around my house. I'm going to try to catch all the games, but I just got shit to do. I was supposed to get it done Friday, and I got called into work. But hopefully next week, I'll be at your place.
Yeah. Either my place or John's place. I still haven't seen his new pad. He moved out yesterday. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he gets a condo and he's too good for us now.
Right. No, that's the way it goes. Huh?
He didn't give Nate the right fucking address. He's like, give me the PlayStation shit, man. I'm out of here.
You give me the PlayStation, we're done.
Well,
fuck you guys.
Rachel's at guard duty, so it's just me and the dogs hanging out.
Duty?
She's in the Air National Guard.
Oh shit. Oh, that's cool. So, we do have a question.
I don't get an answer.
No, Gary,
you don't get what I'm doing today, do you? I ain't doing a damn thing but sitting in front of the fucking TV watching some games.
Yeah, I got somebody.
Just wait till it rains, Gary. Just wait till it rains.
For Lamar
dude,
Jackson.
it's been raining. It's been raining. If I showed you, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it.
You know what you're going to be doing later.
He's shoveling shit.
I've now got a system. It involves sup pumps and some stuff, and they run.
Yeah. So, got a question from at Lamont87. Y'all do any playoff challenges? I'm in 3 of them. I drafted Inman and Gallup in one of my playoff leagues.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Where's the blunt at, though, bro?
Oh, yeah.
He's got it. He's smoking it right now. I've always wondered, Gary, is that an actual blunt?
Yeah, we went over this last week. It's a $1.50 cigarette.
Just put the filter on. That's all it is. You need your own rolling machine. Nah, it's a cigar.
Yeah.
Gary, you should start smoking weed out there.
You could probably get a card.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah, probably could. Well, they're actually the city of Dayton, which is only like 20 minutes down. About 2 months ago, they just legalized medical marijuana a couple years ago, and they've just now started getting it going. Mm-hmm. But the city of Dayton down the road, they've passed the ordinance making it legal for up to 10 grams or something in the city limits.
Yeah, I believe it.
So it's a matter of time.
Good.
Yeah, my dad used to
it.
live in Dayton, Ohio, so I know.
Oh
yeah.
Huh.
Way back.
So you're
weird
connected with everybody out here, huh?
It's gone to fuck, dude. Since GM closed a while back, since they've just fucking moved out, it was a little Detroit for a while, but it's getting a little bit better.
At least it's not Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a dirty ass. Sorry, folks, but I've been up there.
Jeez, we have to remember we're being watched here by people.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Another surprising one is the outer skirts of New Orleans. And this was before Katrina.
Oh, Jesus.
So I can imagine how it is now.
Well, try go to Jersey, right outside of New York, right by the what the fuck is MetLife, the stadium there, the Giants and Jets play at. That area is. I stayed in a hotel out there. Was not a fan of driving around there. Nah, yeah. It's bad.
Well,
and I'm from
center
Detroit.
Of Baltimore. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. The center of Baltimore is like really wild. We went down there. This was back in the late 90s, and we spent like 3 or 4 days. And you're down by the stadium, and then they got the river or the bayfront, and they've got like a 4-block area, man. It's just so fucking nice. You can't smoke a cigarette out on the sidewalk, but you can have a 40 in a bag, okay? Everywhere down there. But I swear to God, me and my wife, this is a while back. I don't think we were married yet. But either way, we took a walk, and we went 2 blocks out of that center area. Luckily, we were staying at the Holiday Inn downtown. We took two blocks walk, and it was like, oh, my God. You turn around and just went back.
Like there
was, yeah, it's like I'm not carrying. I can't do nothing to defend myself. Oh, it was like, wow. It was crazy. And there's no disrespect. There's a reason I live in the country, in the middle of nowhere. I'd rather have to deal with the wild animals out here than I would with the wild fucking animals in there. They don't
right. The only thing I have to worry about is my dogs eating deer shit.
Right.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit of the playoff challenge. Lamont brings up a good point. So we have the IDP guys playoff league, whatever, on MFL. The first thing is trying to find where the roster is. Like I just spent, while you guys were talking, trying to just find my roster that I set.
I agree. Like, I have to go back to the emails that Gary sent.
Go to live scoring.
Yeah, hit the live scoring, man.
Okay. Well, I found it.
Y'all are dumb.
Well, I use the mobile app's kind of hard to navigate. I go
Don't
through
use
my
the
phone.
mobile
Don't
app.
ever use the mobile app.
No.
Yeah.
Just save the site to your phone.
All right.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd go through
MFL. I love MFL, but they do have their little, just like any other fucking site, they do have some downfalls. So, but they changed that a little bit this year. It didn't look like that last year. How you just hit on live scoring and it only shows your team, and then you got the list down the left. That's what I'm looking at, anyways. It wasn't quite like that last year. It was more like the leagues. You hit live scoring and you seen everybody's shit. So yeah, it's a little different this year.
Yeah. What's weird is I can't see my players that haven't played yet.
It's probably because you're supposed to know them.
Yeah, you're supposed to remember that.
Be better.
It'd be better.
I hit that option to block it all until the game starts. Okay, and there's a reason for that, because I've played these for years now, and when you get down and you're starting to get down to the last couple of weeks or whatever, guys see who else is playing, you play off that strategy of so that's basically it right there.
But what about like your own team though? Like I understand not seeing others.
Go to submit lineup, and then it's under current roster.
Yeah. Or go up top and there's underneath reports, and I think it's either franchise. It says starting lineups.
No shit. Well, I can see. Okay, so now I can see everyone's guys who've played. Or
which one?
Under starting lineups, I can see like you played Andrew Luck and Elliott, T.Y. Hilton, those kind of things. But I can't see
Jackson. Lamar Jackson's coming, baby.
Yeah, Sam, I want to know your strategy for this, because being the Scott Fishbowl champion, you've got a little bit to prove here.
Oh, I don't have anything to prove. My strategy is best matchups. Yeah. And most points. That's how you win fantasy football.
Oh my God,
really,
you got to get that
really?
that down.
But really, it's like I started Lamar Jackson because he's got that rushing floor. He's going to run the ball. He runs like a 4.40 for a quarterback. Yeah. So he's going to run the ball. So if he gets, let's just say he gets 70 yards and a touchdown. Well, you've got 13 points right there. Let's say he throws for 100, like just even 150 yards and another touchdown. Well, then you got 10 points. So you got a 23-point floor right there. Like his floor is just so high. So I kind of played it safe there. I actually got a big old goose egg.
You called that playing safe.
Yeah.
Is that what you just fucking said?
Hey, what did you get from Andrew Luck? Hold on. What did you get from Andrew Luck?
What was it, like 18? What is it, Nate? Can you say it? I think it was like 18, 19.
So he had like 225 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Like that's playing it fucking safe.
Well, I'm playing it safe with the rushing floor.
Okay, so Sam.
Here's the contrast.
Hold on,
yeah.
you know he's going to run the ball, right?
You want to make a bet
on what?
I'm just let's see.
Like my safe is I'm basically guaranteed double-digit fantasy points from Lamar Jackson.
Unless he decides to become a rookie and turn the ball over a shit ton.
Oh my God! I mean,
he does
okay,
that.
That's more than safe. I mean, I would hope so. 10 points.
Well, no, I mean, right, and then he's going to throw the ball, so you're basically almost guaranteed 20 points from him.
All right.
Being a rushing quarterback, that linebacker core sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
right. Well, that's the other thing.
You got some Chargers got some. They still got Bosa and Ingram up there. They can clog. They clog. I don't know. We'll see. I in my opinion, I know the Baltimore Ravens defense is really hitting a fucking stride, but I think it's all, if we look at it, and I wrote an article. If we ever get any editors, we might get to read that.
Oh God.
But anyways, in the article, there's a certain part. I don't think it's came out yet, so I'm not going to mention names. But there's a section in it that I compare who people are fucking playing, and I hate to just say them. Okay, but if you look at the end of the year rankings, you'll see teams that are ranked, say, in the 10, 12 spot, and then you'll see, somebody like the Rams that are lower. Look at who they fucking played at the end of the, compared to the opponent, rankings. I mean, you had the Rams played, like 10 top fucking 10 opponents, where, say, somebody like the Colts played 2 or 3, right. And I think that's the case with Baltimore. I know they're on a roll, but I think it's who they're fucking playing. So how I think this game goes tonight is that they might start out running Lamar Jackson, but by the second half, Lamar Jackson's going to have to fucking pass the ball. Controlling the ground game, it's going to be a little bit out of hand. They're going to have to fucking get him to pass. And did we make the right call? Did Willie Snead actually? I think Sam, you was in on that Willie Snead would lead the Baltimore in receiving.
Yeah, I have him in DFS.
Yeah,
I like Willie Snead. I think he's the best pass catcher they have this week.
Yeah, I think back in the summer or something, we talked about that. Maybe it was either me and you or me and John or something.
I remember that conversation a bit.
Yeah, I made that call. I don't know who it was, but I thought Willie Snead's the guy that's going to lead him in receptions, and I think he's actually gone past that. I think John Brown hadn't done shit, really, right? He had a couple of good.
It looked like it was going to be John Brown early in the season, but
yeah,
I was never on John Brown.
Yeah, well, so really with Flacco, John Brown was a great late round pickup because of the deep ball, but with Lamar Jackson, I think they're altering the playbook to more RPO quick passing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Willie Snead, the tight ends. The pass catching backs we're going to get more. So
basically, I don't think that Lamar Jackson's going to win this game with his legs. I don't think he's going to be forced to pass at some point or time. Phillip Rivers and the gang are just going to and Gordon, You know, I think they're going to jump out to a lead. I do.
Philip
and I
Rivers
think
has never really played great in the playoffs, though.
Well, it's first time for everything.
Yeah,
I'll argue against that. Just
has Lamar Jackson ever played?
No,
in a playoff?
But
sometimes that's an advantage.
Yeah. So I guess the other argument is that they're going to if they're going to stop Lamar Jackson from running, that they're going to have to commit a spy, which opens up probably the middle of the field a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I mean, I could see that argument where he's going to have to pass, but if that is the case, I would say that the field opens up a little bit more for those underneath routes. So he could actually have a productive game passing if that's the case. Regardless, the guy runs a 4.40. He's probably one of the top, or he's one of the fastest players on the field at any given point in time. Yeah. So I just, it's going to be tough to.
You got to break that second level for that speed, really fucking.
Yeah, to batter.
But even that though, he can get around it quickly against like Bosa and Ingram.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Okay. You got Bosa and Ingram collapsing the pocket, and that plays to Jackson's favor. If he can get around them, he's out of the pocket. That's where he likes to play.
I think we're assuming that's what they'll do. I mean, contain. If you're going to beat Lamar Jackson, you got a fucking game scheme to contain.
Yeah, which I don't know if you can do that with how fast he is as a player. Like you can do that with guys that can run 4.6 40s. Like that's fast for a quarterback, but you can contain that if you have a spy. But with Lamar Jackson,
they're going to. They don't have a choice.
Oh no, absolutely.
Derwin James or is it Adrian Phillips, who's somewhat? And I wouldn't. People with Javius Brown being gone saying, no, I think Pollard is supposed to come in. The one thing that fucking Pollard did prove that he could do last year when he had his opportunity was stop the run because his coverage sucks. Mm-hmm. So if he is on his game and he's got to be hungry, I don't think the Chargers defense is in that one. I don't think it's as shabby as it sounds, and they're hurting as bad as it sounds.
I still think Adrian Phillips is probably one of the plays of the week this week. Mm-hmm. Just going into these playoff routes.
All right. I gotta go change my lineup. I'm fucking around, man. All right, we lost them.
Oh, it was going so well.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great face, though, to freeze out.
Listen.
It's an O face.
What? Say it again, man.
I'm very irritated. I'm a murder people. Somebody's gonna die today.
Yeah,
and it's probably gonna be me.
All right, all right. So let me ask you the simple question.
Okay.
The simple question: Is Lamar Jackson going to produce more than fucking Andrew Luck did in our playoff league?
I'm gonna say yes.
So you think he's going to top in points what we got going on there?
He's got 17.8.
I say yes.
So what do you think of Philip Rivers? He's my quarterback yet to play.
God,
I don't like it.
Love it at all.
No.
I don't. I'm not too concerned about it. I think it's in Rivers' perspective, I think Rivers will be fine. I think it'll be fine. I think Chargers are going to win the ball game personally. So
I do too, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as you think. Like you think saying Lamar Jackson's going to have to throw the ball. I don't think it's going to come to the point where he actually needs to catch up that much. I really don't.
Those corners for fucking Baltimore suck except for the one. So if you get him,
Marlon, I mean
Jimmy Smith is a fucking joke, man.
Yeah,
they should have replaced his ass.
Humphreys did, though.
Huh?
Marlon Humphreys played well.
Well, yeah, but that's one. So he takes off one of the targets. Yeah. I think we see at least a 10-point jump out by the Chargers, maybe a 14-point by the half.
So the last time they played, which was week 16, Philip Rivers only had 9.2 points.
Okay.
And they didn't have Melvin Gordon.
What week was that?
They did have Melvin Gordon then, didn't they?
No,
what week was that?
He wasn't. All right.
What week?
Week 16.
They played?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Imagine that.
but they didn't have Melvin Gordon. I think a combination of Eckler and Jackson is as good as Gordon. Now, Gordon obviously better just in terms of he can do everything.
Mm-hmm. But is Gordon fully healthy, or did they bring him back?
I don't know. Can he stay on the field? But yeah. But then you got the other guys. So I do. I think we see a little bit of a jump there. But I mean, I was just curious. Now I'm just trying to think what kind of bet we can make that he doesn't pass Andrew Luck. But you know, we'll
you just,
I ain't gonna make you.
I want to see a neckbeard out of Sam. I'll take any bet.
I mean, that was kind of, you know.
I can't. Like, it takes me years to grow beards like this.
Yeah.
I've been growing this for 2 years. I'm just joking. It's been like 6 months still, but.
Right.
I shaved 2 weeks ago. I'm still in puberty.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't mind it.
So, did you guys go over like your strategies for specifically on defensive players on this playoff challenge?
We haven't gone through that, so that would be interesting to see what you guys did as far as how you came up with your guys. Because for everyone out there listening, we set this up. We got almost like 50 guys in here. It was a great turnout, but it's you pick players. You got to fill out a 13-man lineup, and you get 2 shots with any given player. So two times that you can use them. So why don't we, Gary, you set it up. Why don't you talk about how you came up with the players you picked?
All right, and I'll be right back.
Well, I mean, I don't have this major strategy other than the fact, because I knew that when I was taking these guys, other than me trying to reach for Altry, which fucking flopped on its ass, basically, I've learned from playing this for 5 years. I'm not sure if I've ever won. I think I've done pretty good, but I don't think that there's any real strategy from my point of view other than just fucking looking at the matchups for the first 2 weeks. I figured that I'd look at the matchups, and it didn't work out with Reed. Matthew ended up being the guy for the safeties for Houston. It did work real well. So that it's hashtag fucked up, I guess. I mean, I really don't have a complete strategy. I go by matchups, and then me knowing the IDP, I'll weed it out when we get there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Another week after this. But
I mean, I agree. So I had Justin Reed, and the reason I went with Justin Reed was because the Texans, I think, had one of the best, if not the best, running defenses in the league. And I'll look that up real quick. So I just didn't think that the Colts were going to be able to run the ball.
Well, yeah, I don't think anybody really knew them. I mean, there might be a couple that say they do, but did anybody actually fucking think that Mac would do what he did?
Oh, no.
I mean, if I told you I knew Mac would do that, would you believe him?
No, and like, so I actually kind of doubled down on that thought. So I picked up I have Justin Reed. Nice.
I can hear the toilet. Which was that Gary's toilet or did Joe just take a leak?
Hey, there's a reason that I go to the other restroom and not use the one that's right in my bedroom right here.
That was it.
Yeah, it was the sound of it hitting the water. I can't believe it was that clear. I'm just kidding, man. We just heard the flush. That would be funny.
That would be prime. If I knew that would happen, I'd leave the door open.
So I doubled down on the thought that the Texans were going to stop the run. So I put in Naheem Hines, which I got a big old goose egg from him last. And then I put in Justin Reed because I thought they were going to be throwing the ball a lot more. But Marlon Mack ran the ball really well yesterday, which was definitely, I think, unexpected for most people.
Did you guys see the poll?
Actually, I tripled down on it because I picked up J.J. Watt thinking they were going to be throwing the ball a lot more.
Yeah. So, did you see the poll that I put out? I think it was this morning or last night. It was about, technically, I think all bets are off when you get to the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like, okay, and it's smart. These guys can't fucking do what they've been doing to get here 100%. They got to change up and do something. I don't think anybody could have expected what fucking Marlon Mack ended up with, 20, 25 touches?
Yeah.
I don't know, but he had well over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
so.
130 yards, I think.
So, yeah, I don't think anybody really expected that.
So, I played Mac. I went with it.
Nice.
I did. But my whole deal was there was guys who I thought had great matchups. Honestly, I thought Mac had a good matchup because Houston hasn't really done much against the run all season, to be honest. Not great. Not horrible, but not great.
I mean, they ranked 5th against running back fantasy points wise, so.
Well, all right. But, so, I got you.
Well, okay.
Either way, you started Mac, Joe, so.
Yeah.
But there was
you went Hines, you went Mac, so they're
there was
in the argument.
There was players that I went with that I knew, that I thought would lose. Like, I played J.J. Watt, hoping I could get a lot out of him because I didn't expect the Texans to win. I mean, you only get 2 times per player, so I played Watt. I had DeMarcus Lawrence in, but I had Dallas winning, and I took him out and went J.J. Watt instead, and I had Frank Clark on the other end because I figured they'd lose.
You didn't see my charts, did you? You should have fucking listened to the charts, man.
Well, it was more or less, what can I get later? Let everybody play their guys who are still moving on and not be able to use them later. So it's kind of one of those, I'm going to play some studs that I know aren't going to move on, get what I can now, so I have these guys later when nobody else does.
That was exactly what I was doing. I was looking at the teams that I thought would lose and trying to get the guys that I thought would have production.
Open up the top 2, Fantasy Ray and them. Tell us who they had. And I guarantee you, these guys, I know Fantasy Ray. I talked to him a lot this year in DM. And I guarantee you that we're going to see that and nothing wrong with it. They're fucking leading it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they went with the normal.
Yeah.
I guess you get that.
Looking at the lineups here, and I think the Fantasy Ray has one more. He's got a safety yet to play. It looks like he just had a few big hits, and there's definitely some spots where he didn't get a whole lot of points. So he starts off with Andrew Luck. Then he's got a tandem of Elliott and Carson. Carson only got 6 points in this league. Yep. So, it's going to be – I think it's going to be tough for him to hold his lead here. He'll be
a top 10.
Well, I'm saying as far as today, like, I'm only 30.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. I'm 30 points behind him, and I got 4 guys left, and I got a running back still to go.
Yeah,
so.
I think I'm 18 points behind him. I still have 3 guys left.
Yeah. He'll probably still end up in that top 10, maybe a little lower top 10. But I mean, there's only 2. So all those fucking points that you see on that board right now, I've learned this from these playoff games. That whole fucking top 10, 20 is going to shift around real big time. It's going to change.
Oh, but with Marlon Mack, I was just looking at it. I was looking back as to why I picked him. Defense, that was a bad move. But he does have 20-plus touches in 2 of his last 3 games prior to the playoffs. He had 27. It was 27 versus Dallas, 25 versus Tennessee, and he's got touchdowns in 4 straight games, one of them multiple.
So nobody go change. Did both of your guys' running backs play yesterday?
Yeah, I had Mack and Elliott.
Yeah. How about you, Nate?
I've got Melvin Gordon.
I do too.
Elliott.
I took Calhoun, and I'm not changing it.
Calhoun.
I think Gary just makes up.
Cohen.
Oh, Tariq.
We were all like,
I was like, did a new running back just enter the league? Is this? It's the 4th string just got pulled from the practice squad, Gary.
Whatever that fucker is, yeah. Just Jordan Howard's partner.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just going back into.
Oh wait a minute, is it Jordan Howard?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm fucking around, man.
Jarded.
So I went with Darius Leonard because that was kind of my chalk play, just because that dude.
So I think everybody did.
Yeah.
And then Leighton Vander Esch. Again,
I think everybody did.
I had him in, but I thought they were going to win, so I was like, I'm just going to take him out and throw Cunningham in just to get some out of him.
I went Smith.
Well, and you knew that they were going to run the ball a
Right.
ton, or Seattle was going to run the ball a ton, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean he panned out. So we'll see what goes on here. So who's it? I put Khalil Mack in. That's a pretty chalk.
Yeah, I've got him too.
I like Fletcher Cox a lot this week because I think they're going to have to establish the run a little bit. And Jordan Howard he's had double-digit carries over the last 5, including over 15 in 4 of the last 5. So they're going to run the ball, and I think Fletcher Cox is a good play this week.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I think, and I think this is true for most of us, is I think Adrian Phillips is going to eat today because Baltimore's going to run the ball.
Yep.
And they're missing basically all of their linebacker talent at this point. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So do you think for not playing Van Der Esch, do you think Cowboys make it past the next round? I figured they were gonna be one and dones.
Personally, I don't.
Who do they go up against if they?
Or not
I
one
think
and dones,
it
but
might be the Saints.
Would it be the Saints?
Yeah.
No,
it's dependent on who wins today.
Who wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So,
honestly,
if
I
the
think
Eagles win, the Eagles play the Saints.
Yeah.
If the Bears win, the Cowboys play the Saints. That's right.
Well,
I'll have to see who the matchups.
when it comes to Dallas, I think their defense is a little underrated. Their offense, it's so hit or miss. I think it really depends on their offense if they can keep up with any of the other teams scoring. I'm hoping so because I'm not playing Van Der Esch, but I really saw them possibly making a deeper run than Seattle. I think Seattle plays.
Yeah.
They win. If they won that game, they're done. They don't have enough offensive firepower to keep up with any of these other teams. Not that Dallas does, but they do have Ezekiel Elliott and Amari Cooper. They are talented. It's just a better chance to keep up with the high scoring.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Dallas just like everybody's been talking about the Colts, and it's been this gradual. The Colts started crappy, and they've just kept that fucking going up and up and up and up, and here they are, and they peaked yesterday. It's not that I don't think they could still win down the road here, but I think that they actually, at the point they're at, well, I think Dallas has done the same thing over the last half of the season. And I really, if I have any respect for any of the defenses, as in, wow, these fucking guys really pulling it together, it's the Dallas defense. And Van Der Esch is a big part of that.
Right.
But it's the same. I'm a Jalen Smith fan over. Even though I think Van Der Esch gets his job done because of his position on the field over what Smith. I think if they had alternate and switch, then we would see Smith getting just as much as fucking Van Der Esch, personally. But either way, the offense, let's look at it this way. The Colts offense and how they've gone up is the Dallas defense, and how the Dallas, just vice versa, and how the Colts defense is kind of held and gotten a little bit better. Everybody's a little healthy. They're playing decent together. That is the Dallas offense. They're just getting it together. Do I think either one of them will win? Probably not past next week. I don't think so. I think it ends next week for both of them. But and I love Dallas because of Zeke. I'm not like this, but
yeah, I'll probably be starting Van Der Esch again next week because I think that's going to be it. I think it's just those 2 games that they're going to have.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Just because if it's New Orleans, they've already proven that they can hold New Orleans down. I just don't know if you're going to be able to do that with Drew Brees multiple times.
Right.
They're not. They'll come at him in another angle, and I mean, realistically, next week, I think that Dallas, it was great to see them give fucking Zeke the ball. That's what they had to do. He was up for it. He's ready to fucking roll. That's how if you're going to make it to the Super Bowl, you ride Zeke as fucking hard as you fucking can and let that young guy fucking make up for last year's bullshit. But can you actually write that in the script again next week and expect it to play out when you're at that next level of the playoffs? The odds aren't real good.
Yeah.
He'll probably I mean, at some point you're going to have to really it's win or go home. So
well, the
at
good
some
news for
point
Zeke
you got to
is
figure.
even if they abandon the running game, he's good catching out of the backfield. Yeah. They still use him out of the backfield. So it's not like they sub somebody to take his spot. He's still a viable part of the offense without the run game being hitting on all cylinders.
That's true. But you take him and Cooper out now with Hearns. Beasley's hobbling around. We might. I kind of expected to see more out of Blake Jarwin, but it doesn't surprise me. They got him primed right before the playoffs, so don't be surprised in this next week's script if we start seeing him getting a little bit more action, especially with the wide receivers. With the fucking wide receivers kind of banged up or hurt.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge issue going forward too, because New Orleans is prone to giving up points to wide receivers, but they're very good against tight ends. They're very good against running backs. So if you're able to take out Amari Cooper, they're already good against tight ends and running backs. So it could be a long day for Dallas.
Next week. Lattimore's going to be in Cooper's fucking pocket. He's going to be in his pocket. So,
absolutely.
But I know New Orleans started struggling this last quarter of the year, but I really think the week off and what Sean Payton does. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, we did.
What Sean Payton do? Yeah, yeah. I think he's right up there with Bill Belichick. Just like I'm picking out that New Orleans Patriots matchup. I think it goes when you get into this level of playing ball. It takes more than most of the time a Cinderella story for it to make it come true. And you got those two teams sitting there with the fucking best coaches in the NFL with just as good as fucking talent or how they use their talent. I don't see them being knocked off.
That's part of the reason why I went Indy, because look what Frank Reich did with a backup quarterback last year in the playoffs. He rode him all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you give him a quarterback like Andrew Luck.
By the way, if he doesn't win Coach of the Year, I don't know what's going on there.
Agreed.
Everybody's overlooking fucking the Rams. I'd have to put Rams over the Bears. I'm sorry. It would if I had to rank the NFC. I'm going New Orleans, then Rams, then the Bears.
I think a lot of people point out to their matchup in December, but that was at Chicago. I mean, it's going to be at LA. I think in general, most QBs play worse in the cold. Right. So now that Goff will be back in LA, I think you're going to see a lot better offense coming from them.
Mark Barron doesn't play in the cold either.
Right.
as John likes to point out, that asshole.
Yeah.
Mark Barron,
funny as hell.
But yeah, I think the one. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say with the Saints. Yeah, I know. I'm always with the Saints though. I think it'll be interesting to see what.
Hey, come here. Sam's talking.
I think the Saints. It'll be interesting to see if they play their backup quarterback. I just lost his name.
Taysom Hill or
Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. It'll be interesting to see if they actually start doing that garbage with Taysom Hill with the playoffs on the line.
I mean, I think it probably depends on the situation. I mean, I don't think Sean Payton is one of those types of fucking. I don't think he's insecure about what he could do with him. I don't think he's insecure or would doubt that if he does put him in there and he does try something with Hill. I don't think that it'll be a question mark that Hill can get the job done. So I don't think it'll matter.
I think it's always a question mark that he can get the job.
Right. Well, I think with Sean Payton too. Sean Payton sometimes gets overconfident. You watch in some of these big games, he takes some big risks sometimes. Granted, they've panned out most of the time, but he takes some big fucking risks.
Yeah. I can't. Like when you have guys like Kamara and Ingram, I don't know why you're doing Taysom, because Taysom Hill's running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. He's either running the ball or handing it off, unless they do something like crazy where they've just like been slow playing it the whole time.
Sounds like Lamar Jackson.
Oh God.
That's such a garbage take, Gary.
Swinging for the fence.
But yeah, unless they're doing something like crazy, like they were just playing the ringer the whole time, and then all of a sudden Taysom Hill throws like a 60-yard touchdown, that would be wild. But I don't know why you.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I mean, how would that actually throw off? We're in the playoffs now. He's used them fucking 90% of the time running the ball or handing it off. And then all of a sudden they do what, they come out, they do it once, do it twice, a little play action, and down the fucking field to MT.
I could see it.
It is the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did you know that his last pass attempt was an interception?
Yep, I did. I saw that. It was like, oh my God, that was such an ugly throw.
Well,
It was.
Everybody throws interceptions. Oh, except for Jackson.
When you only have like 10 attempts on the year, it's not a great ratio.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's what? He's got one interception and one completion. That's about it.
Did Hill play? I didn't get to watch that game. Did Hill play in the last game with Bridgewater starting?
I didn't watch it either. I don't know.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I was just curious if he got any kind of. Apparently, his last pass was an interception, but you guys didn't watch last game.
No, it looks like he didn't do
that, man.
Looks like he didn't do anything against Carolina.
Okay. I was just curious. It doesn't actually. It just kind of. I wouldn't be surprised. They pull some shit out in this fucking playoff when they get the chance, and do something with Hill that is going to blow some fucking people's minds.
Yeah.
He's Tim Tebow reincarnate.
Oh God.
So
let's hope he's not that.
So,
let's hope he's not that.
Not to cut all this short, but I do want to get to a couple things from the chat. One of them is Lamont87. He asks, do you guys think J.J. Watt will forever be a Texan, or will he move on?
No, they're going to leave. I mean, he's basically the soul of that city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's the face of the franchise. He will be until he decides he's done.
Yeah, they would those fans would be so angry if they let JJ Watt leave.
Yep. I mean, they're competitive, so I don't see him losing interest in the team.
No.
I could see him taking pay cut. I could see him just, what he does for that city, what he does, it's a little bit beyond it, like talking about Brett Favre up in Green Bay or something, I think it's, I don't think we see Watt's a lifer.
Yeah. Alrighty. So we're going to wrap this up here. Lamont points out that it's 41 minutes until game time. And Lamont,
you big dammit.
This week, we don't have necessarily lineups to set like we usually do for us to rush off. But I'm sure we have places to be, things to do to get to some football here. I want to thank everyone for joining us on the live stream. I've been watching we've been going up and down in views over the hour and a half, whatever we've been doing this. So appreciate everyone who shows up. Appreciate you, Sam, for finally figuring your shit out.
Well, hold on. No, I'm blaming you for this.
No, user error. Fault. You got to figure that out.
Tech support sucks.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
It works fine for me. So,
mine's working fine. Thanks, Nate.
Yeah. Gary's got the exact same equipment. So,
this is.
Apparently mine works because you can hear me flush a fucking toilet.
Hold on. Yeah. So does Gary have the Behringer stuff?
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's even better.
And I got the original crap net.
And you know what? He set it all up by himself without my help.
Yeah. I had this shit.
Good for you, Gary. Yeah. I don't care.
I might not be able to pronounce the words in the manual, but I can follow it.
I don't care, Gary. I don't care.
So,
all right. Before we close, we got to finish this, man. So I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to outscore So what are we going to fucking do? We got to do something here. Now, I'm not going to make you shave your hair because I don't want to grow one again necessarily to shave because it takes me forever too. I think that doing the pube thing is off the table.
Whoa. I didn't even know that was on the table.
I didn't either.
That was even a thought.
And it's got to be live streamed, so, you know.
Hey, you want to see my penis? It's fine.
I said that
Don't
was
say
off
that
the
too
table,
loud
so
to John.
You're like Naked Ryan, fucking TV show. He's willing to do it. Let's see what we got. What we got? You got to come up with something, Sam. Last time we got Nate. Nate kind of
wasn't there some talk of you cross-dressing at some point, Gary?
Yeah, I said something about I dress up like a woman, full tilt, but the guy didn't take the challenge. So.
Yeah.
I'll do an avatar bet for Twitter.
Ah, man, I'm not taking my tipster down for fucking nobody.
No, well, you will if you lose.
All right, what do you want to do, man?
I don't care. You tell me what to put up.
Yes, this is great.
Oh, well, we'll just go that way then. Well, you got to. How long do we got to keep it up there?
We'll go for a week.
Yeah, we'll just do a week. Well, okay, we'll do a week avatar bet. We won't figure what they are out right now, but we'll
well, it'll
think
be,
of something.
Winner's choice.
I could change it to that one face that you like.
Yeah, we're getting that out there everywhere anyhow. So
yeah.
Well, hey, it's winner's choice.
All right.
Winner's choice.
All right.
All right. So I do not think Lamar 17.8. I think Nate said. So you need 17.9.
Find it right here.
And this is MFL scoring on the IDP guys play.
Yeah, it's in our playoff contest.
Yeah. So you just have to outscore. What's his face?
Andrew Luck.
You got to
Hey,
outscore.
Lamont, I'll pick
Lamar
my nose. I'll pick my nose on normal Periscope, bro.
Yeah. Only
Do
if
it
you
now.
eat it.
Oh.
Do it now.
yeah, that works. No, we'll name it later. We'll see what's up. We'll see how mean we can be.
So officially, Andrew Luck had 19 of 32 for 222, 2 passing touchdowns, an interception, and rushed 8 times for 29 yards. I think I'm reading that correctly. For the 17.8. So, yeah, this would be interesting.
Well, we'll just go with the point thing there. It doesn't have to be the. I don't care if he does.
I'm
it
just
by
explaining.
run,
I'm explaining how they got the
Come on,
balls.
I think it was a good build-up. That was a good build-up.
Yeah.
We're a professional organization.
Yeah. Welcome to the fucking IDP pod family.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. Thanks everyone for joining us. Make sure you're following us. I'm at Nate Cheat. You can follow the show at IDP Guys. Sam here is at FF Stompy. Joe is at Joseph Hagen. Gary is at H Bogart 27, the IDP tipster himself. Don't forget to follow the podcast that we're starting.
Oh my God.
The podcast we're starting with these 3 fine gentlemen. And it'll actually be all of us together. I'm going to be producing it. It's at No BS IDP on Twitter. And yeah, that's going to be starting in March. And these things typically go off the rails for me. So Sam's going to actually be the main traffic conductor for this one. So
it's going to be difficult reining Gary in.
Yeah, I'll be going off fucking rails.
There's this goddamn tangent over here. Yeah. Gary, stop it.
It's gonna be great.
I liked it the other day when we was talking on our chat, and Joe was like, "I am fucked."
Yeah, I'm done. I'm like, are they really fucking quitting? I can't tell anymore.
Yeah. Joe will be the only one at the end. It's like he'll be actually talking shit. Me and Sam will be fucking bullshitting on
I'll
the
just be
side.
sitting here like.
Talking some fucking IDP.
Well, if you're in a playoff league, good luck. If your team's in the playoffs, good luck. And
if you got Lamar Jackson in your lineup,
good luck.
Good luck.
Everywhere, baby. Everywhere.
Yeah. Make sure you catch us. We're gonna keep doing this through the playoffs. ending on Super Bowl Sunday, I think, which will be interesting. So, yeah, come hang out with us on Sunday mornings.
Bye.
Later.